We're going to continue this video discussing the clause that you see bracketed. It starts after the Athnach and ends at the Zakef. Ki amarti yeshli tikva. In the last video, we talked about the second key particle introducing a conditional clause, and we really only were able to go up to amarti. And so in this video, we're going to finish talking about this clause, talking about yeshli tikva. Now, yeshli tikva is a substantival clause, meaning a clause that functions in the place of a noun, whether that noun's in the nominative, the genitive, or the accusative. And this phrase here, yeshli tikva, is functioning in the place of an accusative to the verb amarti. What does Naomi say? She says yeshli tikva. Next, let's get into the details of yeshli tikva. Yesh. Typically, we translate this word there is. But we need to keep in mind this is not a copula verb, and by copula I mean like our to be verb, or in Greek eimi, or in Latin sum. This is a substantive. It expresses being or existence, and it usually expresses existence with emphasis. So Naomi is saying, now let's say if there absolutely exists to me hope. So yesh is expressing existence with a little bit of emphasis. Now it's not a verb, but it is approaching a verb, and we usually can see that in that sometimes it can take an accusative. But this is, again, not a copula. And if you look at Brown Driver Brigg, and I'll reference this in the post, they emphasize that it is not a copula. Now, this whole clause, yeshli tikva, is a nominal clause. Tikva is our initiator, or the subject of the nominal clause, and then yeshli is our predicate, or the announcement. Now, we've talked about in previous videos that typical word order for nominal clauses is your initiator first, followed by your announcement, reading right to left. But here we see that word order inverted. This will happen sometimes when the initiator is indefinite, like we see here, tikva, hope. It's indefinite, and so we'll often see the announcement or the predicate come first when the initiator is indefinite. And to finish this video, we're going to look at a couple of other things just by way of parsing and things of that nature. We don't forget we have li. This is a lamed preposition with the first common singular suffix attached to it, to me. Now that hirik yod is influencing something here on tikva. Notice tikva begins with a tav. The tav is a begad kafat letter. It's one of the 6 letters that if it one of those 6 letters begins a word, it will receive a dagesh lene. But in this case here, that hirik yod ends the lamed preposition, and so it prevents this tav from getting the dagesh lene. And we'll often see that in biblical Hebrew, that when a word ends in a vowel, it'll prevent the next word from taking a dagesh lene in that first letter if that letter is a begad kafat letter. Another thing that is helping this happen is this conjunctive accent here. If there was a disjunctive accent, then we would see the dagesh lene in that tav. But so I'm sure you were just dying to know, and I thought I'd let you know. And so in the next In the upcoming videos, we will finish this conditional clause.